All right. Episode number 17. Let's go.
Start the clock.
Sorry, I know we were off last week. Missed you too. President tweeted on Memorial Day. He said, "Happy Memorial Day, everyone, including the scum."
I did say that.
Really? Who spent the last 4 years trying to destroy our country? Stay classy, Mar-a-Lago. The 2020 election, the one he lost, and he said, they rigged it. I'm going to run again, and I'm going to win, and I'm going to shove it up their ass. That's the president who said that. And Lindsey Graham stood up. He said, it was me. I rigged it.
Oh.
He and Putin are kind of on the rocks.
Oh.
It's true. Well, because the war in Ukraine is dragging on. And Trump, remember when he was running, he said, I would solve it on day one. He said, you misheard me. I said, I'd solve it one day. But he and Putin are now in a tweet war.
Wow.
Really? The president of the United States is experiencing emotional overload, and Trump said, you know what? With that attitude, I have half a mind to start supporting our allies. So much violence in the world. Russia on Ukraine, Israel in Gaza, Mrs. Macron on her husband's face.
Well, God, what was that about?
If you haven't seen it, did you see it? Show it. He's getting off the plane there in Vietnam. Whoa, and the wife clocks him right there in the face.
With the door wide open.
It's a huge embarrassment for the country of France. What's even more embarrassing for France is he immediately surrendered.
Oh.
They just made up a lot of studies that just didn't exist. And now Bobby really is eating crow.
Like, literally.
He's really eating crow. Rough week for the administration people. Elon Musk, a lot of news about him. First,
the hell was
his
that?
Starship rocket. Big story today in the New York Times. It says his drug use was way more intense during the campaign than we realized. Really? They said he was taking so much ketamine that it actually impacted his bladder function, but clearly not his sperm. According to a nursing home executive, get this, who stole employees' paychecks, and then the guy's mother has dinner with Trump, gives him $1 million, and he gets pardoned. I mean, you don't usually see corruption like this in countries that have paved roads. It's today.
Wow.
That's a very hip crowd, I would say, that knows to give a standing ovation and bury it. Because some people, I mean, your book is called, what is your book called? There's not going to be a part 2 with the next 80 years.
Well, we don't know. They're making advances in medicine all the time.
Come on.
Honestly, I say the same thing. I mean, are you
I hope so. Cryo.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But tell me what you think about AI. Where is this going? Because I think the robots, I see them, they're already starting to rebel. And they're going to kill us.
Before they kill us, they're going to give us a happy ending.
What?
All of us are actually going to live, well, maybe not me, but live through, in the next few years, a complete radical transformation.
Yeah.
I see Netflix as more part of the old guard because they are only in the business of entertainment. I mean, how can these companies compete?
They have just begun, Netflix.
They what?
They've just begun. They're going to get into everything.
Okay, but they don't have the cash reserves. Apple makes phones, and Amazon makes hair scrunchies. And so you're a guy with fuck you money. What?
Depends how many fucks.
Who would you like to say fuck you to with the money you have to say fuck you?
Netflix.
Something that was built for public enjoyment. And it's 50, 80, 100 years after it happened. And it only happened probably because of someone a little crazy who had the will and resources to do it. And so that's what we're doing, and I want to do more.
Yeah, good man.
A lot has changed. I mean, if I came out gay right now, I would get a huge standing ovation.
They're clapping right now. Do it, Bill. Do it. Come out.
Oh, Bill, go ahead.
I said if.
That's bad.
What? No.
When was the last time we saw Bill with a girlfriend?
I was a shy kid who was very horny and couldn't talk to girls.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm still trying to make up for that. I would say that we are very often, all of us, trying to make up for the last era of our life. And
Yeah.
I did not have fun during the time of life I should have had fun.
All that adversity, all those things that I had to deal with then were tools that I could use actually to kind of make my adult life better.
Like some people have said before, bring back bullying. Being bullied could be a terrible thing, but it can also motivate people. Bill Gates, I can promise you, did what he did in part because he was probably bullied. Or, just being uncomfortable with your circumstances.
He is a Marine Corps veteran and a Democratic congressman
Woo!
representing
Marine Corps.
Massachusetts 6th. Seth Moulton, back with us.
My son's a Marine.
Thank you. Time out for one small plug. My book is out in paperback.
This guy.
Also audiobook. This doesn't happen much anymore in American society where everyone is talking about a single book, and that is your book. And you say Joe Biden was old. What's your proof? It's so hard to tell when people get to that age. What the
fuck? The hell's
and then
that?
the seance began.
What was that? Scared the hell out of him too, you can tell. Scared me a little.
I'm reading your thoughts, Jake. You're saying, get to a question, Bill. Well, yeah.
The cover-up is worse than the crime. Right? That's actually the story. It turns out a lot of people get old. That happens. But I don't even really blame Biden for that in the long run.
Right.
But the fact that so many Democrats were frankly just not willing to be honest about what the American people could see with their own eyes.
Yeah.
I feel like people are yokoing the wife.
Yoko.
I feel Joe Biden's getting the Yoko treatment. Maybe she deserves it.
President Biden has some agency here too. We're not saying it was weekend at Birdies. He was aware what was going on. No, I'm saying he wasn't. Like
Weekend at
he had
Bernie's.
moments where he was non-functioning.
They were too romanticized about the fact that he had a lot of tragedy in his life. And he survived a lot of it. So every time something bad would happen, they were like, oh, he's so resilient. When they should have said, this dude is bad luck.
That's probably why. That's probably why he got sick.
No?
Democrats need to start winning again. We need to win elections because there are huge consequences if we don't, as we can see right now, right? And I think part of winning elections is just starting with a little mea culpa and saying, yeah, we were wrong.
Well, right now, that's what Gavin Newsom's doing right now. He wants to change the script. He wants to flip the script, but nobody's buying it. So if the whole party turns around and says, we made a mistake, we're not going to go for these kind of policies anymore, will the people buy it? I think you got to present someone who's legit, an honest person, and like Bill Maher said a long time ago, somebody with no background, no baggage.
Biden expanded veterans care more than any president in a generation. That matters a lot to me and my fellow Marines.
Yeah.
When I got a call 2 days ago from a Marine in my platoon who's worried about getting care for a bunch of tumors that he's got, which is common among veterans. And he doesn't have to worry that much because of Biden's PACT Act. He's going to be okay. He's going to get taken care of by the VA. And Trump, of course, with Elon Musk, is taking a chainsaw to the VA. So in the long run, I think Biden's actually going to look pretty good. But for Democrats, let's just be honest about what happened, and then we can move on.
He's not going to...
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Trump will never concede an election, but J.D. Vance would. I don't think so, because the crowd won't accept it. Maybe J.D. Vance would like to go back to normal. I don't know. But the MAGA crowd does not want to go back to normal. I mean, this week I was reading about this guy, Ed Martin. Never heard of this fucking guy. Okay. He was too radical for even the Republicans. Here's his quote. There are some really bad actors. Yeah, especially on CBS. No, I'm kidding. Beyonce, Bono, Oprah, because he says they took money when they performed for Kamala Harris.
Which is required, by the way. You can't take gifts for free. I know Trump doesn't really get that, but
yeah.
You know, that's the law.
Comey, because he had seashells that spelled out, I don't know what the fuck that was all about.
Oh.
Seashells, seriously? To your point, I want to get to something very important. How many know what SAM stands for? It's a new phrase. It stands for Speaking with American Men, SAM. This is the new movement by the Democratic Party. They lost the men vote a lot last time.
Oh, God, they picked a woman.
Up at the Ritz-Carlton at Half Moon Bay, south of San Francisco. I'm not making this up.
Oh,
where they
wow.
served mini lobster rolls in their conclave to decide how to win back the American man. Now, look, we got a hold of what was, this is Speaking with American Men. This is a real thing that they're doing.
Oh,
and they
Lord.
have these seminars. Would you like to hear what was said? Okay.
They're trying.
Ways that they want to. Best protein powder for a clean bulk. Another dude conversation starter.
Dude.
Bud Light etiquette. When to drink it, when to shoot it.
Yeah, Kid Rock.
Fishing, the bizarre hobby working class men enjoy instead of pickleball.
Pickleball.
Bruce Lee versus Bigfoot. Mythical fight scenarios to man up your Joe Rogan appearance.
That would be cool to see, though.
One of those things that I have been asking Democrats to say for a long time, to just stop being the party of aggressive anti-common sense. And you talked about how you didn't want your daughter to be in a football game or a soccer game or something where she was playing with a trans kid who was going to run her over. And your campaign manager, Matt Chiliak, Matt Chiliak, quit because you said that. And I spoke about this, and I said, what the Democrats have to do is tell these douchebags to get the fuck out of the party.
Yeah.
Because these people are the problem.
Yeah.
Your guy.
We can't even have a reasonable policy on trans people in sports because we're not allowed to talk about it. So the Republicans just run away with the issue, and they're very extreme.
I mean, I appreciate you saying that, but I think it's got to go further than that. You have to be able to talk about it, and also, that guy's wrong, and you're right.
Yes, that's fair.
How about that?
Yeah,
You're
come
right
on.
about this.
No, you're right. He's
and
not a
by
bad
the way,
guy, but
Gavin
he is wrong.
Newsom's on this page now. There's a lot of
There you go. That's what I was saying. Hold on, what did you say?
He's
and
not a
by
bad
the way,
guy, but he is
Gavin
wrong.
Newsom's on this page now. There's a lot of
Well,
Democrats.
that's good company. But
Oh.
Well, he said trans women competing in sports is unfair. He also, by the way, it says we should get homeless, do not have the right for this item.
Yeah, finally.
He also is now not giving out free health care to undocumented immigrants. There's a lot of this going on, the Democrat. Pete Buttigieg removed his pronouns from his social media profiles.
Not a big deal, but
Baby steps, people. It's
yeah, something.
If you want to be trans, go for it. It's a free country, and you can put your pronouns out there, but don't put that on me, right?
Yeah, come on. We need this kind of guy right here.
That's all.
That's what we need.
We can't be always on the 20 side of 80-20 issues and expect to have a majority party.
Yeah.
You know, we gotta actually be real with the American people. Just be honest. And it's okay if you disagree. I'm fine with that. But I get to speak as a dad. That's legitimate.
Yep. Good man.
It's because Harvard is an asshole factory in a lot of ways that produces smirking fuck faces. Okay. Are you from Harvard?
Yes. He has 3 degrees from Harvard. He has 3 degrees from Harvard, so he is...
Present company accepted. I think we know.
That I've been indicted.
He's a fuckface times 3.
Well, okay.
That's the Dartmouth guy. I mean, obviously, Trump didn't get into Harvard. He probably applied. I'm not going to talk about you and Cornell. But
You know, I'm not saying Trump is a guy reading historians every night. Well, they're murdering people over in Gaza, but that's a war. And that war could stop tomorrow if you would stop attacking Israel. Give up the hostages.
Oh, God. No,
It
Bill.
really comes down to, what is your position on this? Do you
Not
think
that easy.
Hamas should be left standing?
Not that simple.
When they're
Well said. All right, time for new rules.
New rule.
New rule, now that Costa Rican prison guards have apprehended a house cat with 230 grams of weed
Weed?
and 67 grams of crack taped to its body, they have to find out who tipped them off. My guess, it's a dog.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this cat's face and tell me it's not thinking the bitch set me up. New rule, whatever you do, do not show this photo to every working mom who wonders what stay-at-home dad does all day with the baby. Why he still lives with his parents and is unemployed. He literally calls himself a stay-at-home son. Is there something I'm not understanding about your generation? Really, just tell me. What is outside your house that is so scary? Is it girls? Remnants of the COVID virus? Because, Brendan, I know why the caged bird sings. What I don't know is why a free bird refuses to leave the cage and instead sits in the dark playing Minecraft. Mom water, because people stare when you take a bottle of Stoli to the playground.
Hell yeah.
Now, I'm sure with all the important world-changing news that's going on lately, very few of you have had time to pay attention to the P. Diddy trial going on in New York. I'm joking, of course.
Everybody's on
The
it.
moon could crash into the earth, and that trial would still be the first thing I'd click on, and I'm sure you're no different. Allegedly so jealous of Kid Cudi just dating Cassie that he firebombs his car, and it wasn't even a Tesla. But then he pays another man so we can watch the guy fuck her right in front of him.
Wow.
Love is complicated. Diddy is a bad dude. Really bad. Like the worst thing in rap since Hammer Pants.
Oh, man. That's our Oakland legend right there, man.
Cosby and R. Kelly went to prison. Harvey Weinstein is going to die in prison. Larry Nassar is serving 175 years. Jeffrey Epstein was murdered in his jail cell by Hillary Clinton.
And I read that they're finally going to release the video of Epstein, quote, killing himself. But it's very suspicious that now that that AI video has been almost perfected with the VO3 release, now they're going to release the video. I don't know.
And many states have changed laws, making it easier for victims to come forward. We're not in the no one listens to women or takes them seriously era anymore.
But along with that, they should make it a crime. I mean, a punishable crime, like prison time, for women who lie about being abused by a man in any kind of way.
Tell the police right away. Don't wait a decade. Don't journal about it. Don't turn it into a one-woman show. And most importantly, don't keep fucking him. If Diddy walks free, it will be because his lawyers can point to an endless stream of text from Cassie expressing what's often called enthusiastic consent to their sex life.
Yeah.
If you're Me Tooing someone, it doesn't help your case if you texted him, "Me too. I just want it to be uncontrollable." If you want us to think you weren't always ready to freak off, don't write, "I'm always ready to freak off."
She did write that. Some guy.
Or wish we could have FO'd before you left. You know, one sign you're pretty comfortable with something is when you call it by its initials. Like Trump with KFC, or Johnny Depp. Or Johnny Depp with B.O. Part of the allure of the music industry is you want to be a star. It's why someone moves to Miami from Kansas. It's why they built a freeway from Orange County to L.A. If you want a #1 record on the chart so bad you'll take a #1 in the face, some of that is on you. The singer FKA Twigs is suing Shia LaBeouf for their relentless abusive relationship. Now, I have no idea what Shia LaBeouf is like, although I've never read one single story about him or he didn't sound like a dick. But by her own account, she said, the whole time I was with him, I could have bought myself a business flight plane ticket back to my 4-story townhouse in Hackney, London. Really? Then why am I reading about this?
Yeah.
Ike Turner was a psycho, just like Diddy. But in an era where there was no movement to help her, Tina Turner somehow got away. And she did it with 36 cents in her pocket and a mobile card.
No, I've heard a lot of stuff about her being abusive herself. Now, I'm pretty sure Ike was a asshole, like Bill said. I believe that, but from a lot of accounts, she wasn't 100% innocent. But I don't know. Who knows the truth?
What this comedian said will shock you. Out in paperback.
Again.
Now go watch Overtime on YouTube. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. I will catch you on the next one.